Alright. You still with me there? Good. I wasn't gone that long. You're injured, but it's not, probably not life-threatening, at least. Anyway, I got the water by the fire, alright? There we go. That should be a nice temperature. Nice and warm, but not too hot, obviously. It's been sitting by the fire for a little while, so should be just what we need to get you cleaned up. Take care of those wounds for you, alright? Just hold on a sec. Alright. Like I said, doesn't look like anything's too life-threatening, but we'll get you taken care of either way. You were quite the help back there. I gotta admit, I thought my party was gonna be able to handle it, but I'm glad you stuck around to help. I mean, your delivery was, of course, very, very opportunely timed. Couldn't have taken on a wraith without that trap, that web that you brought us. But having the extra hand with the fight, too, turned out pretty nice, huh? Not too many adventurers can take on a wraith and live to tell the tale. I'm sure they'll be singing your praises soon, huh? Nah, I know you don't care about that. Yes, I know. You've told me all about your princess that you need to save. I understand. But what are you gonna do looking like this? You gonna bleed on him? Yeah, that's what I thought. Besides, when I asked you what your plan to actually get her back was, your answer was, I'm working on it. Great plan. Anyway, I know you got places to be, you got things to do. Let me take care of you first, and then you can be on your way and save your precious princess. All right? Okay. Just hold still for a second. Good. Besides, you're blood now. See, I got a rule. If you and I draw blood together on the battlefield, then you and I are now blood. So whether you like it or not, I'm gonna take care of you now. There we go. You did definitely take some damage here. Yeah. It'll take a little while, I think, before you're in fighting shape again. There we go. This wound on your shoulder, yeah, that one's still looking pretty bad. Probably gonna need to bandage that one up a little bit, alright? I'll be gentle. I'm just gonna dab at it, okay? Try to get it a little bit cleaned up. Alright. You're a brave fighter. You know how to handle a little bit of pain. But I will try to not make it worse. There we go. Get that bandaged up for you, too. You know, the druid in our party, they make some pretty nice healing salves and stuff, too. Wrap some of that up in bandages for you. Should get you healing pretty nice for your trek back to Menzoberranzan to rescue your poor princess. Me? Listen, I appreciate the help, up here on the surface, but people in Menzoberranzan don't take too kindly to people that look like me. Let's just leave it at that. Well, yeah, my acquaintance down there, Shanana, she's kind of an exception. It's not exactly the type of place that someone like me is particularly welcome. In fact, I'm kind of surprised that you were not met with more tension as well. You don't think that's maybe a little suspicious? Alright. No, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's totally fine. The Drow are definitely known for being very welcoming and hospitable. Alright. Get some of these bandages torn off for you. Alright. Got these from a healer in one of the villages nearby. She makes them out of really, really thin bark, I think, but then enchants it, so it's pretty powerful stuff. It's thin, but it's still real strong, so pretty nice. I hope I have some left. Oh, it's alright. You're blood now, remember? I don't mind using my bandages on you. Yeah, that should work nice. But if you want, I could put some of this on first. This is that healing salve I was talking about. This one is a particularly magical, powerful, healy type of moss, I guess. Not really my area of expertise, obviously. A druid I am not. But our druid is very, very good at what she does. So, I've used this on myself plenty of times. I can definitely vouch for its healing abilities. May not be able to tell you why, but it does work. I guarantee that. It's saved me from quite a few scrapes, I can tell you that. And more than scrapes. So if you'd like, I could add a little bit of this before we put the bandages on. Make sure that we get you healing up as quickly as possible to go save your dear precious princess. There we go. Yeah, couldn't tell you what the heck this stuff is. Some kind of moss, or maybe it's like swamp goo or something. I don't know. Well, yeah, it doesn't necessarily smell good. The best things for you don't necessarily smell good. But it's effective. That's all you need to know. Listen, do you want it or not? Okay, then. I know, you and your princess, you gotta get back to her as quick as you can. There. Just gonna kind of smear it on here, okay? I'm, not generally the one that does the healing. Unfortunately, our healer is tied up with someone else from our party. They'll be fine. Probably. We have a very good healer. And like I said, their blood. We'll take care of them. We all knew the risks going into this. A wraith is a formidable foe. There we go. Yeah, it just kind of sticks there. It's convenient. Alright. Let's get you wrapped up, huh? Just try to hold still. This part I am pretty decent at, actually. Got lots of experience. Usually just on myself, though, so this should actually be pretty easy. There we go. Let's wrap that around here. Could you lift up this arm for me? Thanks. There we go. Alright. Looks pretty good. I think we're gonna need some more, though. Let's start this way. Kind of wrap it around the upper part of the arm there to secure it. There we go. It's not too tight, is it? I mean, it needs to be secure, obviously, but okay, good. If it feels really tight, then please tell me. But it should feel snug, obviously. Alright. Could you try to move around? I mean, I know your shoulders hurt, but just move your arm a little bit. I want to make sure you still have, a little bit of mobility. It's not going to come off. Alright. That feels okay? Good. Wait, is that one on your head still bleeding? I mean, I don't think it's too deep of a wound, but... Clean it up again. Some more of this water. Can put some of that moss on there too if we need to. Yeah, moss, swamp, goo stuff, healing stuff. Druid, magic-y healing stuff. I don't know what it is. I just know that it works. Alright, here. Hold still, okay. Maybe that is a little deeper than I thought it was. I mean, you'll be fine, but just make sure. Get it as cleaned up as we can and stop the bleeding for you. There we go. Okay. It's looking better. I think we should use some of that salve on it too, though, huh? Is that okay with you? Is it gonna stink too much? You can fight a wraith. I think you can handle a little bit of a stinky salve. Alright. I'm just teasing, right? You were very brave today. It's nice to have you in a pinch. And at least now we know that that wraith is not going to terrorize these villages anymore. There. Yeah, look at that. It's already starting to kind of stop the bleeding. I know, it's good stuff. Magic-y, moss, sticky stuff. Yeah. Alright. Or maybe get one of these bandages and wrap it around your forehead, alright? Oop. Don't worry, I won't cover your eyes. There we go. There. I think that looks pretty secure there. How's that feel? Good, 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 good. Definitely looking better. Alright, now besides this shoulder and this, is there anywhere else that feels really painful? Okay, yeah. This arm over here a little bit. Mind if I roll up your sleeves a little? Alright. Yeah, that one doesn't look quite as bad as the shoulder one, but we'll still wrap it up, alright? Oh, I don't know, do you want the moss? Honestly, I think this one will be okay with just the bandage. Just want to make sure that it's not going to get, dirty or anything like that. It's not even bleeding anymore. Oh my God. Alright, does that feel secure but not uncomfortable? Good, good, good. Well, look at you. You look like a proper warrior now. Oh, it's alright. I mean, I've got a little bit of, I've got some of my wounds taken care of already. Anything else that I need, I'll take care of once everyone else is okay. Your blood, remember? Blood takes care of blood. Alright. Well, I think you're looking mostly taken care of, at least. Now, would you like to get some rest? Or do you want to help me go through the loot first? Now, of course, not that we're in it for the loot. Obviously, taking care of a wraith that's been terrorizing villages is its own reward. But that doesn't pay the bills, does it? So, it was actually quite a lot of stuff in that wraith's lair. Well, the wraith or the wizard or whoever it was, they were kind of hoarders. Some of the stuff was just kind of garbage, but there were definitely some items that could be worth some profit. Now, of course, as someone who helped us with our battle with the wraith, you are entitled to part of the loot. I know you were already paid for your delivery, of course, but some of this is pretty nice too. Whether you actually want it for yourself or whether you want to sell it for a nice little profit, don't really matter to me. But you can have your pick of what we've got here. Yeah, this, I have no idea. It's got all these weird symbols on it. Like, got kind of a sun. There's a moon on this one. It's like weird cube shape there. That one kind of looks like scales or something. I wonder if this is some sort of an artificer device or an invention from an artificer. I have no idea. Not exactly my area of expertise. I don't know. You think you want to take some time to try to decode this, whatever it is? Yeah, me neither. I'm sure I can find some nerd who would want to decode it, though. Ooh. Now these, that's more my cup of tea. Ever seen these before? These are a pair of wraith blades. Now, these are very dangerous if you don't know how to use them. But if you take some time to train with them and attune to them, they can be powerful weapons. It's an interesting design, right? That kind of spiral blade. It's supposed to be, well, more painful. Definitely takes some skill to learn how to use them. Maybe that'll be my cut. Interesting. Wouldn't want them falling in the wrong hands though, so we'll take extra care of those, don't worry. Were you super interested in these? Good. Good. I think that's something a little more up my alley. Of course, there's always a nice little collection of shiny things. I'm not sure what a reclusive, cranky wizard or a wraith would ever want this for. Pretty though, huh? I mean, I gotta admit, it's not exactly my style. I could definitely fetch a nice price somewhere though, huh? Maybe it's enchanted. Ooh, maybe it's cursed. Maybe I shouldn't have touched it. Oops. I don't feel cursed. Not yet, at least. I don't know, you want to touch it? See if you feel cursed? Nah, I don't think it's cursed. I think it's just fancy, pretty. Maybe it's some kind of an heirloom, huh? Never know. Maybe it could be my style. What do you think? Yeah, I don't think so either. But maybe it would make a pretty gift for your pretty little princess once you finally rescue her. How's that plan coming, by the way? Working on it, yeah. The drow are not people to be taken lightly. They're very, very clever. Whatever plan you come up with, I hope you have a backup. And a backup to your backup. And maybe a backup to the backup's backup, too. Yeah, they're quite sharp. In more ways than one, I guess. Ah. Here's a pretty thing. Look at that. It's a ring, but there's some kind of a symbol on there. A little stone. It's like it's shaped like a raven's head or something. I don't know, maybe it's more like a crow. Where's my druid? She's busy. That's alright. Maybe she could tell me what this is. It's probably important. Enchanted. I don't know. Ravens, they're associated with what? Wisdom? Omens? Leadership, maybe, depending on the culture. Could be something interesting. This one feels enchanted. Not sure what yet, but something like that could maybe be interesting for your little plan, huh? Let's see. What else we got over here? Ooh. You ever seen a Farsight amulet before? This little baby. Definitely a nice little gift for a ranger. Or, you know, also spellcasters if they like their longer range things. They are rather squishy, aren't they? Further away is better for them. Anyway, it increases your accuracy from far away. It can also help to make you a little more observant when observing terrain or looking for traps or looking for enemies hidden in the trees or something like that. That's nice. Although, far-ranging things not really my style either. I like to be up close and personal. But I'm sure that somebody really like that. Do you know any rangers? No. I bet you could find one. Make a pretty profit off of this. Nice little thing, huh? A nice variety of stuff here. Ooh, fancy. Looking for a present for your pretty princess. This could work too, huh? Look at that. That is very ornate. Never understood people make things like this. It's a bottle. It's gonna carry the stuff whether it looks fancy on the outside or not, but whatever. Maybe it's enchanted. Probably not. I think it's just supposed to be decorative. What do you think? Perfume? Probably. Oof. Well, it's not to my taste, I can tell you that. Maybe it's more appealing to your race. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want to smell? Yeah. There you go. Is that a little whiff? Alright, alright. To each their own, I guess. Suppose that could make a nice little present for your princess. Not gonna help you in rescuing her, though. Unless you have to bribe somebody, I guess. I don't know. Maybe we can find something better for you. Ooh. This looks fancy. No idea what this thing is, but, maybe the druid could tell us, huh? Maybe it's some kind of an arcane item. Interesting. I mean, it's shaped like a big crystal or a wand or something, but gotta be a purpose to it. Fascinating. I don't know. Did you feel anything? Nah, it's probably something you gotta learn how to use or attune to it, or maybe it enhances magic or something like that. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty. Princesses like sparkly things. Some drow do too. Depends on how valuable that sparkly thing is. Maybe it's just a trinket. But if it was in that lair, I feel like it's gotta have some kind of value, right? You never know. At the very least, you could trade it to somebody to get something you need. For that plan that you're working on. I wonder. How much do you know about illusion magic? It's not really my area of expertise, but I might have seen one of these before. This is called a mask of secrets. See, if you know how to use it, and you can attune to it, you can put this on and it will disguise your appearance. Could even entirely alter it. For a while. It's not a permanent thing. I'd have to do some research. Or you'd have to do some research, I guess. To figure out exactly how long, exactly what kinds of things you can change. That could be interesting. Trying to rescue your princess from a manor in Menzoberranzan. You know, it's actually not a bad idea to maybe find some kind of event that you could sneak in. If you gotta sneak in somewhere, especially somewhere that's fancy and wealthy and heavily guarded, the best time to do it is when there's already gonna be a lot of people that are not normally there. You know what I mean? Like some kind of a fancy party. It's much easier to sneak in when there's already people there. In my opinion, at least. Much easier to forge an invitation. Or just sneak in a window and pretend you were there the whole time. Than to try to sneak around somewhere where you're gonna stick out like a sore thumb. You never know. Maybe there's some sort of a masquerade you could attend or something. Get in, get your princess, and get out. While everyone else is dancing around looking like brightly colored pieces of paper flitting in the wind. Yeah, you can tell that's not exactly my thing either. I did say up close and personal, but I like the more stabby kind of up close and personal than trying to woo someone with dancing, I suppose. But that could be a very interesting item for you to have for your cut of the bounty. Maybe you could actually go from working on a plan to having a plan. Well, yeah, it's not changing my appearance now. I told you, I gotta figure out how to use it. I'm not exactly magically gifted myself. I prefer things I can see. But this could come in handy for you. I'm just saying. What else we got over here? A couple more rings. Ooh. That one looks a little ominous, doesn't it? The skeleton hands. Wonder if that was connected to the wraith somehow. Maybe I shouldn't put that on my finger. Who knows? It does feel enchanted, but not really powerful enchanted. Probably. I don't know. Not exactly good at finding out that kind of stuff. I try, but I don't know. I think the odds are against me sometimes. You interested in the weird skull skeleton hand ring thing? Okay. Probably best. Ooh. Now this one looks a little less ominous. Although, don't let that fool you. Sometimes the most ominous things actually don't look that ominous. But it's probably still enchanted. A pretty little stone there. Nice and green. Couldn't tell you what it was. Maybe my druid friend could. Or maybe somebody else, but it's probably important. I don't know. Are you well versed in your enchanted rings? Me neither. Unless it's something that can enhance my strength or my fighting ability. Not really something that appeals to me too much, but, you know, again, any of this stuff can also be sold. To the right bidder, I'm sure something like that could still fetch you what you need in another way. Let's see. Anything else really useful around here? Those wraith blades are quite the find. Ooh. Here's another pretty pointy thing. Shall we see what this one is? Any guesses? It's a nice curve to it. The handle is nicely carved too. Maybe it's elven. I don't know. That's a pretty blade, ain't it? Look at that. It's carved like a feather. I wonder. I've never actually seen one of these, but I've heard that there were elven bladesmiths who could enchant blades, especially smaller ones like daggers, like this, that they were light as a feather and never missed their target. What were they called? Featherlight daggers? Nah, that's too easy. It was something else. Feather flight? Nah, that sounds too much like that feather fall spell. I don't remember. Like I said, I never actually saw one myself before. That might be what this one is. Pretty. Definitely. Ooh, yeah. Very sharp, too. See the etchings on there. Not deep enough to actually make them, you know, useful, I suppose. It's very pretty nonetheless. The handle carved from some nice red wood. It is nice. Feels nice in the hand. It is really light. It might be one of those feather daggers. Never know. Could maybe be helpful for you too, huh? Yeah, I suppose I could keep it. I do like my collection of pointy things. But honestly, the wraith blades are a little more intriguing to me. I know what those are. Still dangerous, of course. Dangerous as the seven hells, but I at least know what to do with them. Mostly. This one is definitely intriguing, though. Could work nice for a stealth mission. Like what you're going to be going on. It could be interesting. Maybe you should take the dagger and the mask. If I were you, that's what I'd pick. But, of course, it's up to you. Whatever plan you're working on, I suppose you could decide what you think is most useful. Obviously, the other party members get to choose too. But I think there are some nice options for you. I'm sure the druid will probably be interested in the rings. Maybe this crystal thing. I really don't know what that is at all, but she'll probably know exactly what it is. She always knows stuff. No fair. Well, this one could be interesting. Or the mask. Yeah. We'll have to wait till everyone's awake to really divvy it out. Make sure it's fair, of course. I think you could probably get this one at least. I'm not sure that any of my other party members would be interested in this. We don't exactly do covert things quite as often. It's a little more, well, upfront. Up close and personal, I suppose you could say. Well, anyway. Got some good options there. Maybe some of those can help you think about that genius plan of yours for your pretty precious princess that you have to rescue. But for now, maybe you should get some rest first, huh? Save the plotting for later. I think first we need to get you fully recovered, huh? Alright. Well, I should go check on my other party members too. I mean, they're in good hands, but I do worry, yeah. Anyway, I should go make sure that they're all alright. Get some rest. Let me know if you need anything, though, okay? Like I said, your blood now. Alright, see you later.